on behalf of the Pro Bono Federation and Institution as well as on behalf of the Colorado Republican Ethics Committee, we believe that Summit County Attorney William Hondlow Short and Altitude Community Law PC, with Summit Resort Group, also known as SRG with the Mountainside Homeowners Association Board of Directors, are involved in crimes against the state of Colorado and its senior citizens. For the following we reference as precedent, the U.S. federal case of Boyle v. the United States. We believe Attorney William Short with Colorado Bar No. 12929 is involved in racketeering and money laundering crimes against the state of Colorado and its senior citizens. This is manifested by financial crimes against Mountainside HOA's own homeowners in acts of real estate identity theft and election fraud, thus violating Colorado Revised Statutes 18-4-401 and Federal USC Title 18, Section 1961. This is manifested by financial crimes against William Short and Altitude Law's own clients in acts of real estate racketeering and identity theft, thus violating Colorado Revised Statutes 18-4-401. Colorado state Kiowa laws of homeowners associations are being violated as well. And we have evidence that William Short of Altitude Law represents the homeowners association called Mountainside, and also the property management company Summit Resort Group, SRG. Since Mr. Short and Altitude Law were engaged by Mountainside HOA, while also representing Summit Resort Group, William Short and Altitude Law have engaged without ethics in conflicts of interest practices and multiple illegal activities, violating CO Bar Rules 1.7, 1.8, 1.9 and 1.10 for conflicts of interest, while also violating Rule 8.4. Through egregiousness and misrepresentation, we believe that William Short as Mountainside HOA and SRG representation, and Altitude Law have engaged in and violated Colorado Revised Statutes 18-5-802, regarding equity skimming through real estate title fraud, identity theft and conversion of stolen title transfers. And we also believe that William Short with Mountainside HOA and Altitude Law has engaged in quote fixing, undermining criminal prosecutions by withholding evidence or failing to appear at judicial hearings for bribery or as a personal favor to protect real estate fraud, to engage in equity skimming and real estate title fraud and identity theft regarding Summit County, Colorado Real Estate Schedules 1, 102273 and Schedule Number 4008603. And through audits of United Water and Sanitation's public accounting books, there exists proof of over $250 million in real estate and water rights embezzlement through extortion and bribery by Summit Resort Group and Mountainside HOA. And we believe strongly this violates Colorado Revised Statute Section 18-3-207. And there is compelling evidence that in associating with the private political party United Water and Sanitation, William Short with Summit Resort Group have acted in malice, and acted in retaliation against senior citizen homeowners, specifically, those of which are Mountainside condominium owners and homeowners, including those swindled in the Uptown 240 real estate swindle. The criminal modus operandi is to steal senior citizens' land and steal water rights by identity theft and extortion, utilizing election fraud. These senior citizen clients are discriminated against and victimized by the real estate crimes of fraudulently appropriating land rights through $0 title transfers, violating laws set forth by the Department of Housing and Urban Development and Sarbanes-Oxley. By utilizing racketeering techniques against diminutive senior citizens, Mountainside Representative William Short and Altitude Law and the real estate racketeering company Summit Resort Group tries to create distress for its clients in an attempt to steal their real estate rights by embezzlement. We believe that William Short and Altitude are part of a greater RICO and racketeering real estate laundering pyramid scheme. We believe that Mountainside Representative William Short with Altitude Law misrepresenting Mountainside HOA, specifically use criminal real estate racketeering techniques to retaliate, menace, defame, to slander, cyber attack, and to libel those real estate clients who have been victimized by their $0 title transfers, with no transfer tax paid as a form of tax evasion. Through witness testimony and multiple surveys and reviews of Summit County, Colorado and Mountainside HOA, we believe that William Short with Altitude Law and the management company Summit Resort Group retaliates against its victims, violating USC Section Title 18, Section 1961. And Altitude Law with the Summit Resort Group engages in RICO schemes, along with the Summit County Association of Realtors, and engages other associate real estate associates, like white-collar gangs, to infiltrate and defraud their very own clients who are also business owners who have primary residence real estate managed by William Short, Altitude Law, and the Summit Resort Group, as Mountainside HOA representation is intentionally abusive to its homeowners and behaves with discriminatory acts of malice. The fraudulent transfers no-dollar transfers involving real estate schedules number 1102273 and number 4008603 illustrates an extortion racket, insurance fraud through embezzlement and bad actors. We urge authorities to investigate, audit, debar and prosecute William Short and Altitude Law for their gross misconduct and illegal activities, violating 4.1 and Sierra Section 18-17-104. These activities violate numerous federal laws, including 18 USC Sections 1028, 1961-1956, and Section 1957, and have led to and inflicted significant harm on the Summit County, Colorado community, mostly composed of retired citizens. We also believe that Mountainside HOA representative William Short with Altitude Community Law and partner management company Summit Resort Group has grossly influenced multiple cancellations of the Frisco, Colorado municipal elections in 2018, as well as negatively impacting the Mountainside homeowners elections in 2024 and again in 2025. Due to voter intimidation of Summit Resort Group against its own real estate clients. With both surveys and witness testimony, we believe there is strong evidence that William Short intentionally defrauds homeowners through misrepresentation, violating HUD rules against discrimination. We protest that the Mountainside HOA does not exist in the Better Business Bureau database, with only Altitude Law and Summit Resort Group representation, so as to keep false immunity from having legitimate racketeering complaints filed with the Better Business Bureau and immunity from district court with Altitude Law, as we have strong evidence to believe that Mountainside HOA behaves as a front for drug-related cartel organized crime making real estate investments through the Altitude Community Law Firm. And as the Colorado Republican Ethics Committee, we also believe Mountainside and Summit Resort Group law firm Altitude Law and William Short holds their real estate clients in a false light while embezzling their clients' real estate titles, as is evidenced in Summit County, Colorado Real Estate Schedules 1102273 and Schedule number 4008603. You will see a fraudulent title transfer to United Water and Sanitation, a Colorado private political party and special district embezzling land on behalf of international drug cartels who are also involved in Colorado water private special districts. It is obvious that William Short and the Altitude Law Firm with the Summit Resort Group intentionally are behaving in an obstruction of justice violating CRS-18-8-102 by retaliating against those homeowner clients who complain about real estate fraud to their title, and retaliating against those homeowners who complain about election fraud, and complain about drinking water contamination by United Water and Sanitation, at an HOA level and small-town municipal election level. At AUS Headwater, we believe that William Short is using in the vernacular fronting Mountainside HOA board members to violate CRS 18-4-401 as William Short has also bribed and manipulated local officials in Frisco, Dillon, and Summit County, Colorado to obstruct justice. And we believe that William Short, Altitude Law, and Summit Resort Group victimizes those involved in their Frisco, Colorado Mountainside HOA, manifested by land frauds and identity theft land transfers for $0 with no transfer tax, in collusion with cartel-backed United Water and Sanitation. Accordingly, we believe William Short and the Altitude Law Firm has egregiously committed real estate crimes including identity theft violating CRS 18-4-401 for extortion and money laundering. The private political party United Water and Sanitation, who engaged in land fraud, is missing from TurboTax regarding Colorado special districts while holding stolen land titles at the same time from Mountainside HOA. This represents a computer crime, violating CRS 18-5.5-102 Section 1A, committed by William Short and Altitude Law, and after multiple surveys and witness testimony, we believe strongly that this real estate fraud represents over $250 million of real estate title theft, as is demonstrated in Summit County Real Estate Schedule 1102273 and Schedule number 4008603, missing from TurboTax special districts. This is all land titles stolen by United Water and Sanitation Special District, a private political party. And we believe that William Short is using the Summit Resort Group and Mountainside HOA as a repository for international organized crime, drug cartel money and tax evasion in the Mountainside Homeowners Association, through United Water and Sanitation, holding the conventional senior citizens of Mountainside Homeowners Association hostage to real estate title fraud. And as a front for cartel-based real estate and organized crime, we believe that William Short has engaged in violations of the Corporate Transparency Act by engaging in Mountainside Homeowner Association election fraud to conceal real estate skimming against its clients, and has violated 18 U.S. Code Section 35 by imparting or conveying false information through their various agents, to defraud the Corporate Transparency Act and insurance companies, who quietly represent clients who have experienced real estate title identity theft. In an example of cartel geopolitics with United Water and Sanitation, a private political party with Mountainside HOA, there is contaminated water, poison water contamination delivered by United Water and Sanitation. In order to hide land fraud with their cash investments, William Short and Altitude Community Law has engaged in voter intimidation within the Mountainside Homeowners Association. And we have proof that Mountainside and the management company Summit Resort Group has also engaged in bribery to cancel the 2024 Summit County, Frisco, Colorado municipal elections, where the Mountainside Homeowners Association is located, violating 18 U.S. Code Section 594 for intimidation of voters. We strongly believe that Mountainside HOA law firm, Altitude Law with William Short are coordinating real estate investments into Mountainside HOA condominiums and houses, with the Sinaloa Cartel and the Jalisco Cartel, and Tren de Aragua through United Water and Sanitation Special District. This has resulted in the double bogus mis-mapping of Mountainside HOA in Frisco and double-mapped in Breckenridge, Colorado as a cybercrime against the state of Colorado. And as an example of negative geopolitical influence, the multiple $0 land transfers in Frisco, Colorado has resulted in breaking the Google Search Maps database, which is connected to the Colorado GIS database, and the entire block of Hunter Circle is erroneously double-mapped in Frisco, and also a second bogus Google map shows the entire street Hunter Circle mapped in Breckenridge, Colorado, which is a completely different town. This double mapping of cities mapped to the Mountainside HOA violates 18 U.S. Code Section 35 by imparting or conveying false information, due in part to $0 land and water rights transfers to geopolitical drug cartels. According to the Department of Justice at their website, the double bogus mapping of Frisco as Breckenridge, Colorado is a cyber attack against the state of Colorado. We believe this instance of Google search results double mapping is due to William Short, Altitude Community Law, with Summit Resort Group engaging in real estate fraud, and Mountainside HOA SRG Mountainside board members bribing Frisco and Dillon town officials for malfeasance, so as to hide the real estate embezzlement behind the broken Google Search Maps database. And we believe this is an example due to Mountainside Board Directors' direct involvement with William Short and Altitude Law, in embezzling other real estate titles on Hunter Circle as a Mountainside HOA representative acting in bad faith, and then falsely registering the real estate title schedule and registration numbers. And we protest that the Mountainside HOA Board in collusion with William Short and Altitude Law is obstructing justice in federal court, where the Federal Department of Justice is litigating Google for antitrust, as is demonstrated in Colorado Federal Case 1:20-CV-03010. As a Mountainside HOA and Summit Resort Group representative, we believe that William Short has obstructed justice regarding immigration and ICE, in order to protect cartel real estate investments within Mountainside HOA. Upon investigation, Mountainside HOA appears to use an extensive illegal immigrant labor force coordinated by real estate professionals who are also Mountainside Summit Resort Group representatives, in conflicts of interest. We believe Mountainside HOA legal representatives' Altitude Community Law has, in bad faith, continued to obstruct justice during the 2025 ICE raids into Frisco, Colorado, giving sanctuary to illegal immigrants for profit. With our current survey and witness testimonies, we believe that William Short has been involved with fixing the Mountainside HOA 2025 elections to hide land real estate fraud and drug cartel money laundering. We pray that Mountainside HOA Board Directors, Summit Resort Group, William Short and Altitude Community Law, and its representatives should be investigated, audited, and prosecuted. We strongly believe that Altitude Community Law, all of its members and Summit Resort Group, and the private political party United Water and Sanitation, including their cartel agents, should be investigated by the FBI, audited, and prosecuted under the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act.